But yeah, so this is a topic of today's topic is Hanuman Jayanti. So on that day also it was a Hanuman Jayanti. Is I think precisely on the day of night of the Hanuman Jayanti, our family was chanting the Sundarkand, and my father after that around 10:30 had a chest pain, and in 6 in the morning he left. Within that 2 times we went to the hospital, we came back and we thought, oh, it was nothing, and he's all right, and then he collapsed. So that's kind of a life. We all have to be prepared for that. I guess my father was ready, but we didn't know that. Okay, so now let us speak something about Hanumanji Maharaj. So we'll start with the glorification of the Lord. This is a very famous verse. We have learned this in our Sanskrit classes in 8th standard. Many of you may not have, have studied that. Ramo. I think I need to make it bigger, then everybody can see it. Okay, I think let me look at it from here. Yeah, I think Ramo Rajamani Vijay. I can make it.
Make it full screen.
Okay. I think we can find out on the probably there.
Oh, it's not working. Okay.
Go. So how Sanskrit has the vibhakti. What do we call them in English? Ramo, Raju, Mani, Vijayate. What is vibhakti means, like any words you can, no, it's not Sada Vijayate, Ramo, Raju, Mani, Vijayate. Okay, let's see. Here. So, vibhakti is a, still I think are you able to see?
Yes.
Yes, right?
Hindi, yes, Sanskrit, no.
Okay.
In English.
Yeah. So, this particular sloka has a Lord Rama's name in all 7 vibhaktis. Or like Lord Ram's, by the Lord Ram, for Lord Ram, something like that. There are, in Sanskrit language we have 7, it's called vibhakti. What do we call in English? Vibhakti. Yeah. Adjectives, like say for Lord Ram, by Lord Ram, under the Lord Ram. Cases. Thank you. Ramo Rajamani Sada Vijayate Ramam Rame Shambhaje Ramena Bhigata Nisha Charjamu Ramayata Me Nama Rama Nasti Parayanam Paradaram Ramasya Susmyaham Rame Chittalaya Sada Bhavatu Me O Rama Mudhara. Excuse me. So, Lord Ram, he is the king is the jewel among all the kings, who is always victorious, and he is the Lord of Sita. Ramesh means Ish of the Rama. And Ramena Vihata, I salute Sri Ram, who destroyed the mighty armies of the demons. And there is no greater refuge than Sri Ram. Rama Nasti Parayanam. I am a humble servant of Sri Ram. let my mind ever meditate on Sri Ram. Oh Sri Ram, kindly grant me, please deliver me. Please take me out of this ocean. So that's the offering the prayer to Lord Ram. And now we'll offer the prayer to the. So I want to go very quickly. See, the Ramayana is also compilation of many beautiful prayers throughout Ramayana. Like we know, Srimad Bhagavatam has all the beautiful prayers. So at the end of there are throughout Ramayana, whosoever will see Lord Ram, they will offer these beautiful prayers. So I will just recite one or two prayers by the personified Vedas. Okay? So, okay. Yes. So, this is a very, you guys know the meters for the Bhagavatam is mostly Anushtup or Trishtup, right? Those like we Sarvashchaham, like we sing that. So this is a different meter, and I would like to sing that. जय ज्ञान मान विमत्त तव भवहरनि भक्ति न आदरी ते पाई सुर दुर्लभ पदादपि परतहम देखत हरि विश्वास करि सब आस परिहरि दास तव जे होई रहे जपि नाम तव बिनु श्रम तरहि भव नाथ सो सम राम हे भवनाथ सो सम राम हे. So if anybody of you like to sing, please, more than welcome. You guys can sing with me also. This is one of the prayers offered by the personified Vedas. They are saying that intoxicated with the pride of wisdom, they will respect not devotion to you, which takes away the fear of transmigration, may climb up to a rank which even demigods find it difficult to attain. Yet, O Hari, we see them fall from it, right? That Lord Brahma is also saying the same prayers, right? At the beginning of when Lord Krishna is about to deliver, that those who don't have the regards for yourself, they eventually fall down. On the other hand, they who have abandoned all other hopes and with unqualified faith, very little faith, choose to remain your servants, easily cross the ocean of transmigration by merely repeating your name. It is for this reason, O Lord, that we particularly invoke you. So I selected this particular prayer because it has a mention of Nam. All the prayers by Vedas are very, they are so nice. But this one tells about the glorification of Nam. And I think when we read Ramayana, we see that throughout Ramayana, this is mentioned also. Now I will read one. This is the Uttar kind of Ramayana, when Mother Sita and Lord Ramchandra has united. And then the perfect time of the ruling of Lord Ram is happening. And when everybody is offering the prayer, so now the next prayer is offered by the Lord Shiva. Hey Ram Rama Ramanam Samanam Bhavatap Bhayakul Pahi Janam Avadhesh Suresh Ramesh Vibho Saranagat Mai Prabho Saranagat Mai Saranagat Magat Pahi Prabho Das Sisa Vinasan Bisa Bhuja Krutadari Baha Mahiburi Ruja Rajani Chara Brunda Pratak Ray Sarapavakate प्रचंड दहे सर पावक तेज प्रचंड दहे. So all glories to Lord Ram. Rama Ramanam, he is the husband of Mother Sita. And Samanam means he released all our afflictions from the worldly existence. Bhavatap Bhayakula Pahi. He protects his servants who is obsessed with the fear of Bhavatap, Bhava Mahadavagni. And Avadhesh is the king of Ayodhya. Suresh means he is the god of the all demigods, Ish of all the demigods. Ramesh again is the lord of Lakshmi, Mother Lakshmi, and Vibho means is all pervading master. You know, we are asking for, we are taking your shelter. Oh dear Lord, please protect us. So now we'll go to the, we're offering the prayer to Hanumanji Maharaj, because this is the, today is the actual appearance of Hanuman Jayanti. So we will recite the prayers to Hanumanji. Okay. You guys are very shy. Please sing with me. I know most of you sing better than me. So please. Shantam Shashvatam Aprameyam Anagam Nirvana Shanti Pradam Brahma Shambhu Panitra Sevyam Anisham Vedanta Vedyam Vibhum Rama Yam Jagadishwaram Suragurum Maya Manushyam Hari Vandeham Karunakaram Raghuvaram Bhupalachudamani. Again, this is a prayer offered to Lord Ramchandra. It is the beginning of every chapter. You know, obviously, when we read Chaitanya Charitamrita, then we see that we know that tradition. So the first prayer is that, I am Shantam, who is the most peaceful, Shashvatam, he is the eternal, Aprameyam, you can't measure him. Anagam, he is full, he's sinless, and he is actually bestower of the Nirvana and Shanti Pradam. Brahma, Shambhu, Phanindra, they are all constantly worshipping him, and he is the Vedanta Vidyam Vibhum. So he is the knower of the Vedantam and he is the Vibhum. So he is the Lord. Ramakyam, he is known as Ram. Jagadishwaram, he is the Ishwar, Jagadishwar. Suragurum, he is the spiritual master of the demigods. And he looks like, like a human being, Lord Krishna is saying in the Bhagavad Gita, Avajananti Mamudam Manushim Tanumashritam. So he looks like a human being, he is making all these transcendental pastimes like an average person, but he is the Hari. One day I am offering my obeisances to that Karunakaram, most compassionate, Raghuvaram, the Raghuvaram is the Raghuvar, and Bhupala Chudamani, he is the king of all the kings. Now these are the two prayers. Next two prayers are prayers for the Hanumanji Maharaj. Nanyastuha Raghupateradiye smadiye Satyam vadami cha bhavan kila antaratma Bhaktim prayaccha Raghupungava nirbharami Kamadi dosha rahitam kurumanasam cha. This is again prayer for Sri Lord Ram. So please forgive me. So there is no other craving in my heart. O Lord of the Raghus, I speak the truth and you are the spirit indwelling the hearts of all. Grant me pure devotion to your feet, O crest jewel of Raghus, and free my mind from false light, conspicuous, etc. Aturita baladamam hema shailabadeham dhanujavan kushanum gnani namagraganyam sakala guna nidhanam vanaranamadisham Raghupati priya bhaktam vatajatam namami. So I bow to the son of the wind god, Pavanputra, the beloved devotee of Lord Sri Ram, the Lord of the Raghus, the chief of the monkeys, the repository of all virtues, the foremost among the wise, of fire to consume the forest of the demon race, possessing a body shining as a mountain of gold, in a home of immeasurable strength. So now, after offering the prayers to Lord Ramchandra and Lord Hanumanji, we'll start talking something about them. Hanumanji Maharaj. So, Sundar Kand, that is the Kand where the pastimes of Hanumanji is there. Why it is called Sundar? Actually, it is the pastimes of finding Lord Mother Sita, right? But because Valmiki ji says that because Hanumanji is so Sundar, he's so his beauty is unparalleled, and it is because about all because of about him, you know. So that's why Valmiki ji named it as a Sundar Kand, you know. Everywhere else, if you look at Ayodhya Kand, Kishkinda Kand, Lanka Kand, Uttar Kand, there is nowhere else it is attached to the whatever the place the pastime is happening. But here it is because it is so Hanumanji's beauty he has described in many chapters. But I think that the main thing is so much beautiful. Now Sundarkand. What is the most beautiful in Sundarkand? Right? If we see Sundarkand, Hanumanji is given the task to go find out the mother Sita, and then they start the journey, and then from that onwards, there is a dialogue between Hanumanji's dialogue with Lankini, Hanumanji's dialogue with Vibhishanji, and then Hanumanji comes to his dialogue with Mother Sita, and then Hanumanji's dialogue with Lord Ramchandra, Hanumanji's dialogue with Ravana. All this makes the Sundarkand. Out of all of these things, the Hanumanji's dialogue with Mother Sita and Lord Ramchandra. It's so, when he meets the Mother Sita, and then when he goes back and meets Lord Ramchandra, I think that's the crest jewel of this dialogue. So I would briefly summarize, how maybe very quickly that what really transpires there. We know the past times that the dialogue between Hanuman and Hanumanji and Vibhishanji is also so much kind of instructing, right? Telling us that how should we approach, how should we talk to the Vaishnavas, how should we look for the Vaishnava association, how should we humble. But today my focus is I want to discuss that about how when Hanumanji, is when it was the Hanumanji entered the Lanka in the early morning, but then he waited for the whole day, and then he roamed around the whole Lanka, and finally he actually met Vibhishan. Now in Valmiki Ramayana, there is no mention of meeting Vibhishan before meeting Mother Sita. Tulsi Ramayana has Vibhishanji directed him that where Mother Sita is. So either way, then when Hanumanji comes to the watching Mother Sita, it was the night, and he's seeing that Mother Sita is so much morose. She is not sleeping in the middle of the night, and then Hanumanji didn't want to go and make himself reveal, because he knew that would scare Mother Sita. She was cheated by Ravana in the guise of a saint, and if he would go, she would definitely. So he waited over there, and then the Ravana comes, and Ravana kind of scares and tortures Mother Sita by so much where Hanumanji feels so helpless that he thinks I should go and destroy this demon right now. He wants to do that, but then he says, I don't have the permission from my Lord. Actually, he can do that. Believe or not, he can do that. If he can do that any moment. So he waits and he waited, and then Trijata, then Ravana goes and all the Rakshasis, they come and they torture Mother Sita. And then Trijata comes and she says that, oh, wicked girls, you guys have a very bad days coming. Because I had a dream where our king has no hair, is sitting on a donkey, is going to a south directions, and he's dead. And her husband is coming very soon. So better you treat her very nicely. Otherwise you girls all will be in trouble. Then they all Rakshasas, they say, okay, please forgive us, and they left. Then Mother Sita is saying that, I really want to die. And everything looks her, completely averse. Like, the moonshine is very cooling, right? But it's why? The stars are like the fires and moon has no fire. Everything looks her like is like that this is for me to die, but then nobody is even helping me to die. And she contemplates to even commit suicide. She wants to say that, what's the purpose of my life? Lord of my Lord, He is all powerful. He can do anything, any moment. How could He leave me for this much long time? 11 months. 11 months. She knows who is Lord Ram. And she's so much desolate. She's completely kind of so down because of the torturing of all of this. But then words of Trijata gives her so much solace. And then Hanumanji is there. Then after he thinks that how should I do that? So he starts singing the glories of the kind of Lord Ram. And hearing the glories, hearing these glories. Now these are the description that how everything looks to the contrary, right? Normally fresh and tender leaves, they would be very soothing and pleasing, but to Mother Sita it looks like the color of flames. Supply me with fire and do not aggravate my agony beyond limits. So now she is lamenting and crying in such a way, and then Hanuman starts singing the glories of the Lord. And then after that he actually drops the ring. He actually drops the ring first, and then he starts singing the glories. Seeing the ring of the Lord Ram. She thinks that how come this ring is here? Nobody can conquer my Lord. And nobody can make this out of the illusion. So this is real. It's not possible that somebody can go and snatch it from the Lord's hand. And this is not Maya. And then after hearing so she's now please remember this, what Hanumanji is doing right now. So he, Ram Chandra guna barne laga, sunat hi Sita karaduk bhaga, lagi sune shravana man lai, adi hute sab katha sunai. Hanumanji is singing the Ram Katha. Mother Sita is all the time chanting Lord Ram's name. But now hearing this wonderful Ram Katha, it was giving her a great solace. She feel kind of the life came back to her. And then she said that, who is this person? Why don't you really, make yourself, appear. You're singing such nice pastimes of Lord Ram. Please come, please. So please reveal yourself to me. And then Hanumanji reveals to her. But then seeing a monkey, Mother Sita becomes very disturbed. That what is this? This is again some sort of the trick. And she said, how could I believe? How did then Hanumanji actually tells us that, my dear mother, please believe me. I am Lord Ram's servant, and Lord Ram has given me this ring. I am the messenger, So Mother Sita now, realizes that this is my Lord's servant, and she opens up her heart, and then she says that, please tell me, how is my Lord and Master doing? Does he ever remember me? That's her main question. What in the world? How come Lord Ram not come for this much long time? So, and she kind of says that, I have no words to say that. When Hanumanji consoles her, he says that, my dear mother, please don't at all underestimate my Lord. He's actually so much more disturbed than what you can think. He's the Lord of the Lord. To whom he would cry. Lord Ram is saying that, you can tell your pain if you have some friends, some people equal. Who would come equal to hear Lord Ramchandra's plea? He says, and then I have one mind, and that mind is all the time thinking about you, and you haven't taken my mind also. How should I really live? So, he says, Kahe to kuch dukh gati hoi, kahi kaho yah jaan na koi. Tattva prem karu mamaru tora, janat priya eku manu mora. So manu sada rahat toi pai, janu priti rasuet nahi mai. Prabhu sandesh sunat bai dehi, magan prem tan sudhi nahi te. Hearing this, the message of her Lord, that I am all the time thinking about you. I have no one to share my pain. So Mother Sita felt so much joyous that that wow, my Lord is thinking about me. So she lost the control. She become completely unconscious. She lost all her consciousness, thinking about that my Lord is thinking about me. So after this, he says that, don't worry, Prabhu, now that we know that you are here, my Lord will come and we'll get you soon back to the you guys, you and my Lord Ramchandra will be united very soon. And after this is a very kind of interesting pastime. That after this, how Hanumanji Maharaj is asking that, he says, I'm here, might as well. Mother Sita won't come with me, so I let me find out what's going on, because we'll have to come and fight this demon. And so let me go to his assembly. So he says, how can I go there? He says, Mother, I'm hungry really. What should I do? And Mother Sita says that, this is the best of the best garden Ravana has it, but it is guarded by the almighty soldiers, and you are a very tiny monkey, so I'm afraid about you. She said, Mother, don't worry about me. If you give me permission, I promise you I would behave and I would eat and nothing will happen to me. Then she actually, has, it's some motherly affection that this monkey has, flown over the Mahasagar, the ocean, and he's here. But Mother, she said, how could I'm really so much worried about you. Then Hanuman shows the Virat Swarup, and then but Hanuman is throughout, he never loses that, the humility. He says, Mother, I am monkey. I am just monkey. We just jump from one tree to another tree. So please give me permission. Then he goes and eats fruits, and he just makes all kind of a nonsense. So all the guards become upset and they come and attack him. So he was waiting for so he smashed all of them. Then Ravan gets the message that, oh, there's a monkey is there, and he's not listening to anyone. Ravan starts laughing. Really, a monkey is harassing you guys. So what kind of days we have now? A monkey is harassing you guys. Then he sent his one son, Akshay Kumar, and Hanuman instantly sends him Mayapur. Then Ravan becomes, now thinks there's something going on. Then Indrajit comes and Hanumanji beats him also. But then he uses the Brahmastra. So then Hanumanji gives the respect to Brahmastra, and he comes down because he wants to see the Ravan's kind of assembly. And then he goes there, and then everybody is laughing that, oh wow, we catch the monkey, look at this monkey here. Ravan actually laughs so much that how dare you do this, you have no whatsoever, no sense of intelligence. But Hanumanji gives him also the real knowledge. He tells him that, you should surrender to my Lord. So he becomes so upset that how in a world he has a daring to instruct Ravana in his assembly, in the millions of his kind of Rakshasas. And then he actually humiliates him so much. So then Ravana wants to say, kill this monkey. Enough is enough. He has done enough of my kind of a dishonor, So but then finally Vibhishan intervenes. He says that, the monkey, he's after a messenger. Let's do some sort of the Angabhanga. And they try to win all these pastimes, and then Hanumanji is kind of he's thinking, wow, these guys now what kind of Saraswati is acting in the she's giving them the kind of desire to burn my tail. So let it be like that. And he's expanding his tail, and the whole Lanka, there is no cotton, no ghee, nothing left, no clothes whatsoever, no left. And still these fools don't realize that how come this tail is getting so bigger and bigger and bigger. And then finally they put the flame, and the moment they put the flame, the Hanumanji became so small and came out of that. Now at that time, Mother Sita, she heard, overheard that, that monkey was, captured and blah blah blah, and then Indrajit took him, and then now he's being burned. So she's praying that, oh my dear Agnidev, please don't touch him. And Tulsidas is saying that how can fire touch him? He is the servant of the Lord. He's doing that. So he burns the whole Lanka and finally comes back to Mother Sita. And then again he says, oh, I didn't do anything. It's just, mercy of my Lord. And then while going, he says, what's your message to my Lord? This is how this is the dialogue between Ravan and Hanumanji, and then going back. So this is his Hanumanji's. Yeah, she's saying that, okay, what would you, Yeah. So he's here, now he's saying that, my dear mother, I'm going back. Please give me something so that I can give it to my Lord. And then the Lord is giving him that, that she gives her ornament from her hair, and he takes it very gladly. And she says that, Kahe utat samor pranama, sab prakar prabhu puran kama, deen dayal birdu sambhari, harvunat sankat bhari, harvunat mama sankat bhari. It's actually mama, not sama. So this is a very famous prayer. Whenever we have some trouble, this is the prayers from the heart of Mother Sita to Lord Ramchandra. That my dear Lord, you are the Purana Kama. You fulfill everyone's all kinds of desire. You are the Deena Dayal, that's your title. How could you forget that? Harhu Nath Mama Sankat Bhari. Oh my Lord, please take me out. Think about my trouble over here. Think about it. And then when the Hanumanji, when he comes back and when he meets the Lord Ramchandra, then Lord Ramchandra is actually saying that, he is giving the message to the Lord Ramchandra. That Lord Ramchandra is asking that what is the message from Mother Sita. Then he's saying that, and actually he's asking how is she maintaining her life. when Lord Ramchandra meets Hanumanji, he's asking that how is she maintaining her life. So she said that, how could she give up the life? Your name keeps watching night and day. She's constantly chanting your name. Naam pagaru divas nisi, dhyan tumhar kapar, लोचन निज पद जंत्री, जाहि प्राण के पार, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. He says, your neck, she's constantly chanting your name. So all the doors are being guarded by your name. She has fixed her consciousness on you. So she is locked into that one. Her eyes are locked onto her feet. So it's locked everywhere. How could she give up her life? Then she is saying that, she is praying that, that my dear Lord, I think I have one avagun. So that is my one problem. What is my one problem? That I did not give up the life on your separation. Thinking about Dashrath Maharaj, right? Dashrath Maharaj, when he has a separation, he gave up the life. So that's definitely my fault. But then she said that it's not really my fault also. That my dear Lord, these eyes have so much desire to see you. So they are not letting my pran to leave this body. So this is the kind of Mother Sita's kind of how she is, her condition and how she is spending the time with that. And after that, Lord Ramchandra is reciprocating with Hanumanji. He's saying that, सुन कपितो ही समान उपकारी, नहीं कोई सुर नर मुनि तनुधारी, प्रति उपकार करो का तोरा, सन्मुख होइन सकत मन मोरा. There is no one in the world has, done as much as you have done. No demigod, no nar, no muni, anyone who is body. How could I really pay back to you? I have nothing. I cannot even see to you. I cannot even face to you. So Lord is thinking again and again, and He says that I have nothing to give you. I have nothing to give you. So then hearing this, actually, Hanumanji becomes so much, kind of absorbed in the love. He actually loses the consciousness. He actually falls on the feet of the Lord. And then the Lord and the Master, both of them are in trance. Hanumanji is at the feet. The Lord is trying to lift him, and he is not able to lift him. He says, "Bar bar Prabhu chagai uthava, prem maganate uthavan bhava, Prabhu kar pankaj kapi ke sisa, sumir sodasa magan gauri sa." So seeing the transcendental, loving, ecstatic ecstasy of both the master and the servant, the Lord Shiva, who is actually telling these pastimes to Mother Parvati, he is also in trance. So for some time, he also stops speaking. There is a pin drop silence. Once there was in the early days of ISKCON, and Srila Niranjan Swami told us that how devotees work so hard. They work day and night. So, devotees taking rest in the Bhagavatam class is something very bona fide. This is very bona fide, because that's the only time they are doing seva and they are resting. So that's bona fide. But then the speaker taking the rest. Have you ever heard that? Niranjan Maharaj said that one morning he walks in, or somebody walks in, and everybody is resting. We can say that they are in this ecstasy. They are probably in this ecstasy. Lord Shankar, Lord Shivji is going into ecstasy, and then after some time he starts telling the story again. So these are the most beautiful pastimes in Sundarkand. I think I just gave them some glimpse of this. Now, Sri Ram has a disaster management team. Who has heard about that? Do you have some disaster management team? Right? When we are living with the disaster management team, sometimes whatever we have is the disaster management team, right? But Lord Ramchandra has a disaster. Who knows about this? Please tell me. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. If anybody wants to differ with the Prabhu, you have all the rights to do that. No? There's no, he won't feel bad. But if somebody wants to say that, who is the disaster management team of Sri Ram? And how many members in that team? Okay. So, actually, there is only one person. Is Lord Ramchandra's disaster management team. Hanumanji. Every time, whether looking for Mother Sita, even Sri Lord Ram. See, how did he save Mother Sita? She was about to give up her life. Right? She was contemplating. She was asking everybody, give me fire, I want to die. By bringing the message of Lord Ram, he actually brought back her to the life. And when bringing the message of Lord Ram, bringing the message of Mother Sita back to Lord Ramchandra, he actually brought life back to Lord Ram, right? Because Lord Ram would have given, he was also completely lifeless. But when he brought back the message of Lord Ram, Lord Ram of Mother Sita, Lord Ram actually, felt relieved. He was also feeling so much, desolate. And then when Lakshman, the Indrajit, when he came, he said that if I have these two people, Lord Ram and Lord Lakshman, obviously, he wouldn't see them Lord. But see, if I take one of these people out of the battlefield, they are finished. So somehow he has this boon, and he hits this on the chest of Lakshmanji, and this pastimes, and Lakshmanji becomes unconscious. And then everybody in the side of Lord Ram's army, including Lord Ram's, they start crying, except Jambuvan. Then Jambuvan, then he says, where is Hanuman? He says, where is Hanuman? He says, if the Hanuman is somewhere here, then we don't have to worry. And when the message came to Hanuman, he says, what is Jambuvan doing? Because he knows Jambuvan is the one he could get done anything from him. So even Jambuvan think about Hanuman. Okay, yes, if Hanuman is something, he's still all right. We have nothing to worry. And then actually what happened? Then Jambuvanji calls the Vaidya Sudeshan, and he gives the list of 4 medicines. Go get from Himalaya. Those 4 medicines are there like that. The one is the Sanjeevani. Anybody who's dead will come to the life. Then there is a medicine, there is a Shalya Kranti. So it could remove all the weapons from your body. We yet have to find out all those medicines, right? They exist in Himalaya. Anybody is dead, when he will bring the mountain, actually just by the fragrance, everybody comes back to the life. Not just Lakshmanji, the whole Vanar army. And Jambuvanji does so much nice fun. So he tells him to get 4 medicines. One is the Sanjeevani, then another is the Swarna, the Shalya, that will remove all the weapons from the body. The third one is the Suvarna Kanti, means the body will become normal as it was. And then the fourth one is the kind of I forget the name, Nitya Sanjeevani, Shailya Kranti, Suvarna Kranti, and then there's one that fixes the bone, Sandhini. like Sandhini Shakti the Lord had. There's a medicine that will fix your fractures instantly. This is in the Valmiki Ramayana. These are the medicines, though he is given this very, very detailed description. So Hanumanji goes and he is the topmost among the intelligent people. He could have done that, but he had no time. So he actually lifts the whole mountain. He does the impossible like possible. He picks up the whole mountain. And here what Jambavan does, he said, okay, clean the battle. Get all the monkeys dead and injured and whatnot, get on the side. All the dead Rakshasas put in the ocean. So the Rakshasa side think that, oh, they are just cleaning, they are, whatever, they don't know what's happening. But Jambavanji knows what's going to happen. The moment that Sanjeevani comes, all the entire Ramchandra's army is again back to the life. And on the other side, all the Ravanas, they are already being destroyed into the ocean. Whosoever was dead, they were gone. So they were so much unhappy. But then it is Hanumanji who actually does this. And then at the end of the battle, the Lord Ramchandra borrows the Pushpak Viman. And then many of us, we know that Pushpak Viman has the capacity to go by the speed of mind. They could have come instantly. But this is Lord Ramchandra. He is the Maryada Purushottam. Everywhere, whosoever, he actually pays them respect and comes. But by that, there was a possibility that they might be a little late. Right? He actually, so he sends Hanumanji Maharaj that, he's again his disaster management team. So, if he is late, then Bharat Maharaj is going to take the fire bath, he'll enter into the fire, and the Lord Ramchandra thinks that, please go. And now he is coming, and Bharatji is almost about to enter the fire. So what to do now? So, what to do now? Because he has no time even to tell, go and stop Bharatji. That, please stop, what are you doing? Lord Ram is coming. So, like whenever Hanumanji has come across the dead end, like in his services in Lord Ramchandra, there are 3 places Hanumanji and his team had no clue. Right? Monkeys were unable to decipher what to do at the ocean shore. Right? After coming all the way there, they didn't find how to cross the ocean. And even before they think about crossing the ocean, the Sampati hears them. So he's saying, okay, good Lord, thank you. I haven't eaten in days, and all these monkeys came, so I will have a good meal. So they thought, we are completely useless. We didn't come to any service of Lord Ram, and now this vulture will eat us. He's such a giant vulture, even though he cannot fly, he cannot fly, but he was so big. All of them, they thought that we are gone. So at that time, and then Mother Sita was about to, she was thinking seriously that I should end my life. And here Bharat Maharaj is also entering the fire. So what is Hanuman's best solution in all of these adventures? And I told you guys when I was reading that this will come, you guys should remember this. Ram Katha. Like even where the Sampati was about to kill them, they started singing Ram Katha. That's why might as well we are dying. Let's sing the glories of Lord Ram. And in that glories, they spoke about Jatayu. Then Sampati said, wow, they are talking about my brother. What happened to Jatayu? And then he says, oh, then he says that, okay, we have very powerful eyes. I can see on the other side of but you first help me do the final rites for my brother. So Sampati does the final rites for Jatayu, and then he tells that I can see very well. Mother Sita is sitting over there. You guys, you should go and get her information. And not only that, while Sampati was saying that, he's actually his wings grew back. So he said that I was told that when the servants of Lord Ram will come, I'll get my wings back. So again, and then when Mother Sita was about to commit suicide, or about thinking seriously to commit suicide, hearing Ram Katha, she changes her mind. And same thing happens to Bharat Maharaj. Hanumanji Maharaj is describing the whole pastimes from when Lord Ram left. Right now he's at the Bharadwaj Muni ashram. And he's about to come here. So hearing that, Bharat Maharaj is so happy. And he says, okay, no more. So Ram Katha and the Ram Naam, this is the medicine. This is the medicine for any difficult situation. Right? So this is the... now, there is one other thing also. I showed that, right, the Bharat Maharaj had, he actually, okay, so I wanted to ask one other question. So now, such a powerful servant, can anybody imagine Hanumanji Maharaj also had a depressive moment? Can anybody remember, recollect?
When he couldn't find Sita, he was going to commit suicide.
Okay, see, I forgot that Prabhuji is here. So, okay, so when he couldn't find Sita, where?
In Lanka.
In Lanka. Hanumanji Maharaj is like a child. He's a Bal Brahmachari. He's looking all the Matajis, He says, what am I doing? Am I looking all the Mataji's faces and look at this? These are the kind of from the demoniac faces. So they are not in at all any kind of decent kind of He said, what am I doing? But then he's saying, I'm doing for service. So my Lord is going to protect me. No matter what, I'm going to look for Mother Sita. And he's looking every lady in the demoniac species. In this is Sura Naramuni. There are different from Gandharva and human and demoniac species and demigoddesses and everybody. He has everybody in his palace. But he somehow doesn't find Mother Sita. Seeing Mother Mandodari, he thinks for a second because she has some kind of a prabha, some valor, some effulgence. But then she said, how come no? In separation of my Lord, no one can sleep. This lady is sleeping so peacefully. This cannot be my mistress, Mother Sita. And then he thinks, wow, what if Ravan has killed her? Or what if Mother Sita has committed suicide? It's after all 11 months. Who could bear their separation? And then he starts thinking that, wow, if I go back like that, Sugri will kill me, and all of us, then we all hearing this, Lord Ram would not keep his life, and if Lord Ram will not, then Lakshman, and then all the monkeys and everybody in Ayodhya, and he thinks he is the cause for everybody to cry for ages. And they said, okay, no way, I'm not going. I'm going to stay here. Why should I go back? Or he thought I should kill myself, But then he remembers the word of Sampati. He said, oh, Sampati has told me. So Mother Sita is somewhere here. I just looked at some places where I haven't looked at the entire Lanka. Let me keep looking for it, So I think the message is that the pastimes of the devotees, the words of the devotees, they are the savior. The kind of there. So thinking that he continues his search. So I would like to end over here. The message is over here. I had a couple of slides more. That what is superior, service to Lord or his devotee? So obviously, you guys will all say the devotees, right? Why and how, right? You have to give me some verses. And again, one person can give only one answer. That's the rule we are following since ages. So Prabhuji will not speak anything.
Ordinary person can give an answer. Huh? Ordinary person can give an answer, but Mahaprabhu can speak.
Okay, so there is a verses. There are so many verses actually in the Bhagavatam and the Padma Purana, and then, the Aradhananam Sarvesham, Vishnur Aradhananam Param. Tasmat Parataram Devi Tadiyanam Parataram. The devotees of the Lord, they are the kind of so maybe we'll speak about this next time. I think there is so much to speak, because I think many of us, especially from the Indian diaspora, Indian background, we have been worshipping Hanumanji Maharaj so much. Hanumanji Maharaj is so much celebrated. He is worshipped so much, very with so much love and affection in all over India. You will find a temple of Lord Shiva and Hanumanji so much more than temple of Lord Krishna or Ram. So they are actually the devotees, but we have to worship them in that mode. They are the pure devotees of the Lord. So what do we mean by service to devotees? Like service to devotees means, of course, if we serve a Bhagavatam, that's a personal service is also very appreciated. But many of us, we don't have that opportunity. But like we can follow their instructions. That's a great service. Foremost of all instruction is chant sincerely, affectionately. And serving the mission of the kind of senior devotees. That's how we can do the service to the devotees. So that's kind of I will end over here. So please forgive me for taking so much more longer time. But thank you all. Thank you for tolerating me. Granthras, Shri Bhagavatam ki jai, Granthras, Shri Ramayana ki jai, Ram Katha ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Okay.
One question, but I got some too.
Only one question. Okay.
It could be a silly question, but why couldn't they take word of Sampati and go back to tell Lord Ram?
Because they have to see that. They have to see that he has to give the ring and he has to get that
Oh,
one.
because they have to save Mother Sita.
Yeah.
Because Mother Sita could have committed suicide if they.
Okay. Maybe one question from Mataji's side. Okay. Because we are already late and my family has cooked very nice feast for all of you. So we don't want to rush you for that. We all have cooked personally. So please, thank you. Thank you so much. Mataji, yes.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna. So thinking about suicide is okay?
Thinking about suicide in love of Krishna, everything is all right. But like if we are so much absorbed in that mood, Krishna would not let us do that. This is a very deep topic. But like Sanatan Goswami wanted to do the same thing, and Sanatan Goswami also, and the other devotee also, who was that other devotee, Murari Gupta Prabhu, or he also wanted to commit that suicide. When he thought that Lord Chaitanya will take sannyasa, I would cut myself. And Sanatan Goswami thought that I would give up my life under the chariot wheel because my body is so much diseased, and Lord Chaitanya gives me the embrace he gives me alingan every day. But that's the intense feeling of the kind of pure devotees. Of course, giving up life. That's Lord Chaitanya says that by giving up life, if I am going to achieve Krishna, I will give thousands of times life. That never works. Once you take the initiation, your body belongs to Krishna. You are supposed to serve. So you are not the owner of your body. So why do you have no right to do that? You don't have no right. That's how he explains it. That you are my property. How can you destroy my property? You can do that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.